Hello and welcome to Be Honestly You. I am your host, Erica Andrade. Today's topic is one that's close to my heart: owning your story and finding the courage to be vulnerable. For years, I struggled with this. I thought that to be seen, to be liked, or even to feel good about myself, I had to be someone else, or at least a perfect version of me. But what I've come to learn is that who I am, with all my flaws, my quirks, and my unique journey, is what truly makes me great. And the same is true for you. For many years that I can recall, I was trying to be perfect. I wanted to be seen, I wanted to be liked, I wanted to be accepted because I've always felt like an outsider. For me, making friends, staying consistent with something has always been one of my struggles, because I always thought that I had to be perfect, that that I had to be perfect in order to be accepted, to be worthy, to be enough. So yes, so I can't not when I'm doing this. So I'm not doing this. We're gonna read there. You got this. You got this. You got this. Okay. Hello and welcome to Be Honestly You. I am your host, Eric Andrade. Today's topic is one that's close to my heart: owning your story and finding the courage to be vulnerable. For years, I struggled with this. I thought that to be seen, to be liked, or even to feel good about myself, I had to be someone else, or at least a perfect version of me. But what I come to learn is that who I am, with all my flaws, my quirks, and my unique journey, is what truly makes me great. And the same is true for you. For many years, I struggled. I have struggled to be seen, to be liked, but because in my mind, I had to be perfect. In my mind, I had to get to a level in order to be, good enough, to be worthy. So for many years, being vulnerable was not an option because in my mind I was not good enough. You know, how can I, in my life today, for many years I wanted to help others. I wanted to, I'm a nurse. I went to school to be a nurse. Um, and I became a nurse, but I didn't get to practice for too long because I wanted to be also a mom and stay home mom, so that was a blessing for me. Um, but after that, that I can recall for many years, that has been my struggle. I wanted to be, I had to be, perfect. I had to be perfect. There was no, there was no other way. And for that, because of that mentality, because of that decision or that false beliefs, it has taken me so long to move forward. Not because I have moved forward and I have done things and I have helped people and I have succeeded and all, but in my mind, I haven't done it. I haven't achieved it. So I'm always in that search. I'm always in, looking. I'm always trying to get there when I already reached there, done that. Yet my mind keeps telling me you're not there. Vulnerability often gets a bad reputation. We are thought to see it as a weakness, as something to avoid. But in reality, vulnerability is where connection begins. It's where courage lives. is where the magic happens. Sharing your story just as it is, without sugarcoating or filtering, it's one of the bravest things you can do. So in my case, for many years, I thought I had to, I had a standard. I had to, be perfect. I had to be fit in my mind, right? I had to be fit. I have to eat healthy. I have to not have no bad habits. I had to succeed. I had to have the big house, the cars, the money, all these things that, all these expectations that we put on ourselves because we're trying to, I don't know, be like others. Yeah, be like other people. And you cannot. This is your journey. This is my journey. And it has taken me so many years, but I embrace it now. I see my flaws as a gift. It's all of my good and bad is what makes me today. Yes, there are some things that I'm not proud of that I still do or that I've done, but who cares? I am who I am because of all the things that make me. And all you can do is, if you're not okay with something that you are currently doing, then hey, make a plan, be conscious, be aware, you know, go in and say, is this serving me? Am I happy doing continue, doing this habit, continuing the habit or continuing the routine? If you're not happy, then come a peace, just surrender to that, surrender to it. And if you're ready to move forward, then move forward. But we cannot continue to beat ourselves, with judgment, with guilt, with shame, because all of that is just, you're just making your life miserable because nobody gives a shit. Nobody cares. You're not living this life for nobody other than yourself. Remember, this is you versus you. Nobody cares. This is all in your head. You're the one who's putting all these expectations, all these goals. You are living this life for you. So live it for yourself. Enjoy it. Understand that life is going to move on. Life moves. Life doesn't stay still because you're no longer here. So while we're here, let's make the best of it. Let's enjoy this life. But we have to, set realistic goals. You have to, embrace who you are today and just move forward, enjoying life. Vulnerability often, I think I already, sorry. I want to share a little bit of my journey. For many years, I believed that if I worked hard enough, refined myself enough, or hit the messy parts of my life, I finally be enough. But the harder I try to make things perfect, the further I fell from myself. I was constantly editing my story, erasing the parts that I thought might make me seem less worthy, and yet no matter how much I polished and perfected, I still didn't feel like I belonged. I tattooed myself the word enough because that is one of my greatest challenges, never feeling enough. And what I came to realize is that I am enough. I am enough with who I am, with my story, with my life. If there's something that I need to work on, then work on it, but you are enough as you are. It wasn't until I started opening up, really opening up, that I began to feel free. I remember the first time I shared something deeply personal. I was terrified of judgment. But what I found out instead was connection. People didn't see my vulnerability as a weakness. They saw it as a strength. They related to my story and they saw themselves in my struggles. And that's when it hit me. I don't have to change who I am to be enough. I just need to embrace who I am versus and all. Virtuals and all. I do apologize. I have an accent. I am from Honduras, and my, vulnerability is, well, as I say it, I am making an effort to pronounce it right, but I apologize for that. Yes. I don't need to, I need to be, I am enough by being enough, being who I am. Embracing who I am is what's going to make me achieve everything that I desire. There's nobody else like me. This is only me. And, I came to realize I love who I am. I love my accent. I love, I love my flaws. I am not perfect. And you know what? And I don't fucking want to be perfect. I don't want to be perfect. I am perfect as I am who I am today. And you know what? I am grateful for all the things I have done because now I see the bigger picture, there's no perfect. You are enough. You are worthy as you are. Embrace your imperfections. Embrace who you are. Let that butterfly just fly. Butterfly, eh? Let that butterfly be free. Let her be the best version of herself. If you're struggling to own your story, let me share a few things I've learned along the way. These steps help me find the courage to be vulnerable, and I hope they'll help you too. Start with self acceptance. Before you can share your story with others, you have to embrace it yourself. Write down the things you love about who you are and the lessons you learn and the challenges you face. Say, accept yourself as you are. You are perfect, girl. You are perfect. There's no one like you. So embrace the fuck of you. Embrace all of it. Embrace you know, your arms, your legs, my belly. I embrace it. Find your safe space. Begin by sharing with people you trust. Vulnerability can feel scary, but having a safe space to open up makes all the difference. I've, I hire a coach. Well, for many years I've had a coach, but I stopped for a while, and I hire a coach beginning of this year, and it was beautiful. It was a beautiful connection that I had with her because I was able to just express, and she was mirroring me and I was mirroring her, and we were just, that just talking to someone about how I felt and just, listening to her perspective and doing the homeworks, and it, it changed. It changed myself again. And now I know that I'm gonna have a coach for the rest of my life because I want that. I want to have someone that I can talk to, and and that they can just tell me how it is, and then move on and not have everything in my head. Reframe your flaws. What you see as flaws might be the very things that make you relatable, authentic, and human. Shift your perspective and celebrate your imperfections. Celebrate your imperfections. You are perfect. You are perfect as you are. God made you perfect and yet imperfect. So fuck the perfect and embrace the imperfect. Sorry for my cursing. This excites me, just encouraging you and letting you see that you are worthy as you are. There's nothing wrong with you. There's nothing wrong with you. Why don't you empower what you already have? Embrace your gifts, embrace your talents, and bring them up, lift them, make them powerful. Remember your why. Why do you want to own your story? For me, it was about breaking free from the fear of not being enough. Keep your purpose in mind and let it guide you. For many years, my nickname has been muted. Muted, like, not being able to speak. And for many years, I believed that. And I have struggled with that. I couldn't express what I wanted to say. Communicating has been a challenge for me. My false beliefs is I don't have, I stutter, or I don't have the vocabulary that, others have, and I'm not good enough because I can't communicate, I can't express my feelings. And you know what? At the end, I said, F that, I am who I am. I may not have an extended vocabulary. I may stutter. I may, get tongue tied, but I don't care. This is who I am. I love myself. They used to, when I would call some, operator or whatever, they always said men, because they say my voice was too deep, and so they were always confusing me with the men, and I'm like, no, I'm a lady, but at the end, I was actually sometimes impersonating my husbands, I'm like, fuck it, if they're gonna call me a man, then I'm gonna embrace that voice, if it's strong, it's strong, and who cares? But I started so doing this, you know, talking to you guys in my podcast. I am grateful because I can tell you how I feel. I can share. I can help others, and to let you know you're not alone. Use your voice. Speak your truth. Share your story, because believe me, it will help someone else. So that's why I'm doing this, because I believe that, hey, I'm good enough. I can help someone, even if it's just one person. I'm gonna be proud of that, helping that one person. Take small steps. Vulnerability doesn't mean sharing everything all at once. Start small, share one part of your story, and see how it feels. You'll find that each step gets a little easier. So I not fully diagnosed, I don't know, but I have, I keep saying I have ADHD because I know I do. And I when I'm giving with a task, to me it's like, it's a big everything is big for me. Everything feels big. Like a task is very challenging, very overwhelming. So what I've started doing was, you know, small steps, small steps. Because I know that if I continue, if I'm consistent with, my small steps, I'm going to get to my goal. I'm going to reach where I want to be. So start small. But if you start today, believe me, you will get there. Owning your story is one of the most empowering things you can do. It's not about providing anything. It's not about proving anything or to anyone. It's about embracing yourself fully. It's about saying, "This is who I am, and I'm proud of it." Remember, your story has power. It has meaning, and sharing it can inspire others to own theirs too. All I can say to you is, we are here living this life, one story. So embrace, all of you. Embrace the good, embrace the bad, the light, the darkness. It's your story, it's your life. How do you want to live it? Do you want to live it? Do you want to, fulfill your purpose, your heart? Just believe in you. Start having faith in you. Be compassionate, be understanding, be patient. You will get there. If you believe it, if you have passion for what you believe, you will achieve it. So 2025 is about to start. And, we always do all this New Year's resolution, but from what I have gathered over the years is that, yeah, we're not going to achieve all the goals that we set, but, your greatest goal, your greatest project is yourself. So if there's something that you want to achieve, if there's something you want to work on, let's go. Let's go. Join me January 11th, 2025. I am hosting you know, a divine workshop for all you women out there that are working in your confidence, that are working in self love and wellness. Join me. I'm going to be hosting it. I'm excited. I'm excited to be, connect with other women, create a community, be in a tribe, a space. So if you're looking for a community, if you want to join me on January 11th, please join me. Thank you for joining me today on Be Honestly You. If this episode resonated with you, I love to hear your thoughts. Maybe there's a part of your story you're ready to embrace, or a fear you're ready to let go of. Wherever you are on your journey, know that you're not alone and your story matters. Until next time, keep being honestly you. Thank you so much for being here with me, and always wishing you the best. May you succeed and fulfill all your dreams. Thank you. Bye bye.